I'm Vicky Lee, your success coach. Do you ever think about quitting your boring 9-to-5 job to pursue a more fulfilling career? Like you want to do your life purpose, your calling, your passion full time, and you feel like if you're not doing it, that you're somehow on the wrong path? And because of that, you're always asking the universe, how can I do what I love full time? In other words, how do I make money doing this? So what you want really is a soul path. And a soul path is any work path or life path that's going to bring you purpose, meaning, adventure, and personal growth, versus a career or a job which is going to bring you income, security, predictability, and comfort. And so what you're saying by asking the universe, can I make money doing this? You're saying, can I combine both? Can I have both, not just either or? And so what you're really saying to the universe, because sometimes you're sending these conflicting messages to your angels and your spirit guides, so they're not really quite sure what to bring you. What you're really saying is, I want change in my life and other people's life, but I don't want change in my income because I still want to pay the bills. So there are pros and cons to everything, and you want the pros of change, but you don't want the cons. So the universe would respond by saying, okay, but that's usually not, we usually create abundance in seasons. Like there's a dry season and then there's a rainy season. Mother Nature usually creates abundance in cycles. It's a way to conserve energy. And what you're saying, it's doable. But the universe, since you're not yet flowing with the universe still needs to kind of figure out how to flow with the way that you're trying to do things. The other thing that you're saying to the universe is, I want something that brings me purpose and meaning, but I'm not willing to do the tedious and mundane tasks like writing up a contract or doing bookkeeping. And the universe is saying, well, okay, but it's kind of like asking for a flower, but you don't want the soil. And you need the dirt. You need the messy, dirty soil stuff that you don't want to get your hands into, because that's where the flower grows from. And you can't make a flower out of air. Does it make sense to you? By definition, a soul path is made up of learning curves. It has ups and downs, and everything in the universe, including abundance, moves forward in waves. Sound moves forward in waves, light moves forward, even the stock market moves forward in waves. A job or a career, it's linear, and it moves forward in a straight line. That's why it's predictable. And so the universe has to figure out a little bit how to give you a soul path that is flat enough to satisfy you. It's a lot easier to think of your soul path as a lifestyle as opposed to a career or job. Because in a lifestyle, if you make some money from it, great. But if you turn that lifestyle and you rely on it as your sole source of survival or livelihood, then you start to feel burnt out and you start to feel jaded. It's a lot like dating. When you're dating the supermodel, everything's great. The moment you turn her into your dowdy housewife, you're over it. And choosing a soul path is exactly like choosing love. Love involves risk. There's no guarantees. Love involves trust. And trust, if trust were secure and predictable, it wouldn't be trust. So when you're choosing a soul path, you are choosing to love and you are choosing to take risk. Now, how much you risk, it's up to you. It doesn't matter. But the key ingredient of a soul path is risk. It's like if your soul path was a chocolate chip cookie, risk would be the chocolate chips. So you don't have to have 1,000,000 of them, but you have to have at least 2. Does that make sense to you? So if you're willing to take a minimal amount of risk, then we need to change that question. We need to change the question from, how can I make money doing this, to how can I create money from this? You see that little tweak in the question? Now the universe can go, oh, okay. Well, if security and predictability and boringness was not the main thing you were after, you just want to make some money from your soul path, oh, well, we have plenty of ideas. That's easy. You can, now the universe can start piping you all these ideas. Your soul path is still a seedling. You can't start harvesting fruit from it like it's a big tree already. You've got to let that little thing breathe a little bit. Maybe grow some branches, grow a trunk, some leaves, and then some fruit. After it has fruit, you can pluck it all you want, but you can't pluck fruit from it now. It's premature. You're growing your soul path like you're growing a baby. Don't treat it like it's a 21-year-old ready to put itself through college. Love, love, love your soul path. Do not enslave it. And the universe will give you the nutrients to grow that soul path so that it's super fast, so that it can be ready for college when it's 6 years old or maybe 12, but you don't have to wait all the way until it's 21 years old. The universe will help you exponentially grow that soul path fast, but don't expect it when it's still a baby to try to support mommy or daddy and survive in this cruel world when it's only 4 days old. Does that make sense to you? Do not treat your soul path the way that Joe Jackson treated Michael Jackson and expected that 5-year-old to just support, pay the mortgage and everything. Because even if your dream comes true and you hit success really fast, you're going to have some serious psychological problems. We all know CEOs who grew their companies from the ground up, and everyone's terrified of them. Now, the same thing will happen to you if you take too much risk, because then you're going to go into fear and panic mode, and you're going to take this wonderful creative lifestyle that has been giving you so much meaning and purpose and growth, and you're going to ruin it. You've put too much pressure on it when it was still a seedling. We all know people, like some people, they just give up their 9-to-5 job and they go for it! So we're going to add a second question for you to ask the universe, which is, how can I nurture and feed my soul path like it were a baby? And in my coaching, every time we ask a question, I coach you to answer the question with a commitment. For example, if you've downloaded the free worksheet that comes with this video, it looks something like this. So for example, your commitment could be, I commit to using the money created from my spiritual and social enterprise to continue nurturing my baby until it's grown or mature enough to survive on its own and feed itself. My dream is to be co-creative partners with my soul, but right now it's a little young. I gotta wait for it to grow up just a bit before we partner and take over the world. If you do want to dump your job, the energy right here is the easiest and the fastest way to follow the path of love to abundance, not follow the path of security and predictability and fear and survival to abundance. And if you've downloaded the worksheet that comes with this video, I'll ask you to write down your mantra or your aha moment for this. So an example of an aha moment is, the easiest and fastest way to abundance is taking the path of love. And I want you to share that mantra in the comments below to this video, and I'll comment right back to you. Thanks.